Hey, 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 you will make it TV followers, viewers, and supporters across the globe. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel, where your favorite audio host and author, um, Sherry, myself, we're happy to have you. Thank you. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. These are absolutely free ways that you're able to not only show your gratitude for our efforts in spreading and sharing inspiration. It's also just a free way to support us until further notice, okay? Because I'm just learning, like every a few more little birdies in the right now, that as you build your next project, as you build, as you're in, there's always a next, what's next type of deal. People almost want you to stop at the point or the limit that they set for you. But let that be inspiration for you to do. If you continue to ask yourself that question, what's next? How can you get trapped at any level? What's next? What's next? What's next? And I've been like that a long time, right? It's not that you're bored with the current, that you're rushing in the future, but it keeps you almost hopeful. It works for me. So I ask myself that question. Even if I do take a break or take a second to take a nap when I get up, that's my mentality. What's next? So, anyways, today's digestive discussion topic title is I'm single with two exclamation marks. What next? Or now what? Remember I said I'm always and when I say always thinking about what's next, I don't mean in terms of a new relationship. That's a little bit about it'll give people more clarity about me as an individual, but it also, I like to use me. I'm going to show people something because celebrities and well known people think just because you speak on them and use their life for an example, that you won't use your life too, which I've done it on many segments already. I mean, I can be a little more transparent when I'm ready. But for the record, which everything I said on this segment today is just my opinions, commentary, and views. Nobody has to agree. And it's also not spewing hate speech. That's not what I do. What I will do is share my opinions and viewpoints and express and exercise my right to freedom of speech. No matter who tries to intimidate me out of that gift, who tries to, because they were not there. They didn't take communication class with me. They didn't pay for college for me either. And before that, a lot of these people didn't teach me to read and write either. They had no part they played in it. But they want to control the rate, the volume, the time that you are able to express your freedom, exercise your freedom of speech. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I'm being rhetorical. That's not beautiful. That's insane. Because I got a question for y'all. Do you think women are allowed to be more vocal once they're in a relationship? I mean, what is the world coming to today? It's easy to tell a single woman, yeah, be quiet. Because who's going to stop you from telling her that, right? I'm just saying the average single woman. We, I'm gonna get to my next topic. Let me stay on topic real quick. Yeah, like, but if you were a man, people actually expect you to be more vocal. They feel like you have a role. You're somebody's woman. You're somebody's wife. You're somebody's spouse or girlfriend. So now people actually would expect you at that phase of your life to actually do speak about things. Like how you gonna be in a relationship with somebody but you don't speak the whole time? Do y'all think that's possible with your opinions? What's my question again? Can you even be in a relationship with somebody with no words spoken? Let's all really take a second and think about that. Because the last I checked, relationship is definitely not just open communication, but free communication, right? Like nobody in that relationship should be charging the other one for their time. Like stuff that the new age dating culture does, they charge just for their time. I mean, to each their own, and that's fine. Charge for your time, but nobody should ever have to be charged to speak or to for their right to speak again, anything like that. That's all I. So, anyways, I might have spoke in first person when I say I'm single now, but I just wanted to use my story because I find it inspirational. It inspires me. That's enough. And let me tell y'all something. People think when you say inspiration with an A-M at the end, they think, well, what's so great? Well, we don't find it inspiring. That's the thing about inspiration. Even if others don't find something miraculous that happens for you inspiration, you could personally be inspired by your own story. So, what's my point? Don't sleep on inspiration. I've seen inspiration take people places, and maybe some of y'all don't know about that because you haven't been inspired. It's just a nitpick, like what is the word? It's one of those things of mine to see people that uh, antagonize somebody who did find courage to find inspiration in something, because we know everything is not healthy. Everything is not healthy. We can go down a list of things that's not healthy, but anything that re inspires you, maybe when you're re inspired, you were once inspired, but sometimes you've never been inspired at all. So you will make it to be our presence is here for whatever purpose that it's supposed to serve. But I also have other inspirational ideas. I don't know what they thought my future was like. I was never trying to sit and just be the CEO, head top, boss position of some company. It would be great. It would be the American dream, but mostly I saw my future working to inspire people. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I just know it's many professions where I can do that. And even if I was rejected from all those professions, I can still give inspiration to people. You start your own business, you start your own movement if you have to. Some people, they've started movements already. I just think a movement that's forced upon you is totally different. Like an awakening that's forced upon you is totally different. It could be beneficial, but it's just something you didn't choose. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, what I want to talk about, a lot of people do ask themselves this question. It's one of the first questions they ask themselves in the back of their mind and in the depths of their heart after most breakups. Let's talk about how people are slowly losing faith in, I don't want to say it's love they're losing faith in, they're losing faith in relationships. If you feel like I found a good way to put that, don't hesitate to hit the like button. Yeah, but that's the stigma, right? I said I was going to talk about a few stigmas when it comes to not just black love, but relationships in general in the new age. Um, it's not love because I feel like everybody needs love. We all see it. Everybody needs. I didn't say want love. They need it. But do they all need a relationship to feel love? That's what's wrong with a lot of people too. So when y'all sit back and see people that have a hard time detaching from people, letting somebody go, what inspired this segment today? Me sitting thinking about how many grown people really in the world have attachment issues. Because what else do you call it when every other news story you look at is somebody wanting to harm another for behind rejection? First of all, some of the biggest well-known domestic violence crimes or family violence crimes, somebody got rejected. Ain't that weird? So to me, that's proving that people cannot handle rejection the way they tell y'all. It's cool to make it look that way, like, oh, I don't care if that person speaks to me, or I don't care if that person acknowledges me, right? I don't care if that person shows me attention or not. But really watch people. Watch people in the mode, how they are, how they act, after somebody don't interact with them. I guess you could call it a social healing experiment. Not one I've ever tried, but I definitely studied. I've studied people in this way. I don't know if they thought they would study me. I'm studying people. I said, that's amazing. It looks like people have become so spoiled they feel entitled. I mean, because anybody has a right to a relationship or the freedom to be in a relationship, but they feel entitled. You give them that little bit, they feel like, because like I said, I feel like if you don't stand at the altar and say to life, to death do us part, you don't owe nobody any type. Loyalty, I do feel like you owe people, depending on how close you are to them. But you don't owe nobody a relationship who shows you they don't even value the relationship. However, they show you. That's not me venting either. These are facts. Like I said, I'm gonna start using myself for more example though on my segments when I'm talking about topics, so others don't feel offended. You use others' names. They want to sue you. They want to say you're talking about them. They want to say they feel offended. Y'all see what I mean? To me, it's just another form of attachment issues. Because if people don't acknowledge you at all, now you say you feeling left out. Like this is what I see in society. If I'm wrong, y'all let me. And once again, we're not saying everybody like this. We saying that it is. It's getting to the point where it's normalized because fighting for your relationship didn't used to mean physically fighting uh that person's future girlfriend or wife or fighting their exes or fighting their ex-boyfriends. That's not what fighting for love or fighting for your relationship truly even means. Fighting for your relationship is going to show, number one, through you not abandoning or walking away from that relationship. Because once you take that step, that nothing says I don't want this relationship more than a person walking away from it, than a person showing actions that exhibit they could care less about any type of, and I don't care what type of relationship it is. But we're talking dating for this setting. But most relationships, you don't get in them for them to end, right? You don't especially long-term relationships. You don't ever think about them ending or having to be broke out. So that part is inevitable. We know that people break up. We know that relationships end. I'm talking about what's up with so many people not being able to let go. See, continuing to talk about somebody on social media after y'all done broke up 5 years ago is a form of not letting somebody go. Or using constant rebounds to get at a person is a form of not being able to let somebody go. What else I see people do? Yeah, y'all, it's like they jump straight on social media trying to show the old person the new person they're with. Nothing would ever make me jealous about that. It would make me think. It would make me like, wow. It would make me assume, which I don't like to assume. None of us should like to assume. But it would lead me to assume that that person has detachment issues. Because what are y'all opinions? Some people believe there's a certain time frame that you should actually wait before starting a fire in another flame relationship after you get out of another one. But I'm just curious out there, what do y'all think is a good wait time in between relationships? Because I'm trying to give my opinion. My opinion is that there is no exact time. However much time it takes you to, here comes the magic word, self heal, self introspect, self reflect. You shouldn't be trying to have relationships with people and your emotions are unhealthy, right? Me, I'm emotionally aware of this. That's all I'm gonna say for now. People are trying to force you back into their company, back into their groups, back around people, but maybe that person knows, hey, I'm not emotionally balanced right now. I don't want to bring my emotional imbalances around another. They say you can almost quote unquote bleed on others if you don't take the time to heal. If you don't take the time, and let's talk about that for a second. Healing has always been an ugly process. I've been meaning to preach about this. Now I see so many, and it said in the last days there's gonna be many false prophets, many people that suddenly claim they know about spirituality and they want to see everybody be the best they can be. But where were all these people 20 years ago, 50 years ago? Huh? Some of them was around, but were they as loud as they're being in a day like 2024, 2025? Healing, even in the real physical, when you think about life. When a scar is healing, baby, it's one of the most ugliest things you will ever see. A scab is the most nastiest looking. A scab is a part of the healing process. It's a part of what's been broken coming back together. And now that scar, that's just what's left. Once you have at least fully healed, but there might still be always that scar, right? And that's my problem with people too. I'm gonna speak on it more. Because we all know what happens when you sit there and pick at somebody's scab. And let's go deeper. If you were to pick at their scar, something that truly took time to heal, like a scar is just a little reflection of what you went through in that area of your life or on that area of your body. But I'm going to need somebody to tell me, when has healing ever been a pretty sight? When has healing ever been, uh, we know that it's needed. Because if a person's scar don't heal, they're gonna bleed all over everybody. They're gonna lose all their blood, and they're gonna die too. It can be very serious if we don't, if we didn't form scars and scabs and things that it takes to heal. So sometimes it is hard just sitting back letting people say whatever. But I reflect on things like these because sometimes it's like if you're not at the level of maturity to understand it, why respond? Why respond to a person who didn't know that healing has never been pretty? Pretty. That's why when people are in the hospital, it's oftentimes sad to people. Though it's a place of healing, it's still sad. It's an ugly sight. It's an ugly. I don't want to say it's an ugly place, but it's an ugly sight to see somebody in the hospital bed healing. But I'm saying in life, where are the hospital beds we turn to when you have something internal that you're trying to heal from? Something internally hurting you, okay? Because we know that a cut, a stab, any type of wound usually is associated with pain. Pain, okay? So, anyways, like I haven't met enough humans yet to tell me when they were wounded, it didn't hurt. First of all, you're practically a robot, an alien. You're not even of this world for pain to affect you and it didn't hurt you, right? You find yourself somewhere in a scientific study. They would want to know what's wrong with you. Why is this pain not hurting you? So, long story short, there are things that give off signs that somebody is hurting or that somebody is in pain or that somebody is bleeding or that somebody is in a quote unquote healing process or that somebody just delivered themselves to the place of healing, which I use the hospital for example. That's just the first step, right? Until they do x-rays or you get treatment and find out what's truly wrong with you, the first step is just making it to the destination of the healing place, right? Because everything I'm speaking on right now is what I feel like people should think about more in their singlehood journey. I love being single, but I was going to talk about that in a minute. People could probably finish my sentence. They'll say, "Well, she loves it because she doesn't have to answer it to anybody." Exactly, but you shouldn't have to do that even if you're in a relationship. It's just being responsible, respectable, accountable. I wouldn't say it's answering to somebody. Answering to somebody is like telling me I'm on a job. Am I in a relationship or am I in a job? So that's how I feel about that. It's like I can be accountable, I can communicate, I can listen to people, but I'm not about to feel like I have to HAVE somebody who's gonna be over me and say you have to be with me because you have too much freedom seen. Just to let y'all know, there are people out there that think that way. You will be surprised what people motives are. But when you're actually in a relationship, how do they take that? Nobody should care because y'all know we date for ourselves. We don't go ask 20 people, do they like this boyfriend for us? We get with that boyfriend most times, ladies, because we like him. Ain't that something? And what I've been seeing today, some of y'all, 10 of y'all like the same one at the same time. I usually don't laugh like this in a while, but it's true. Y'all know it's true. And some of you men, 10 of y'all like that one woman. And y'all know how many men are dying to sleep with Cardi B as we speak. We're not talking about dating now. I'm just being funny, but and y'all can stay tuned because I'm doing a video. I'm doing a commentary reaction video on the rumors about Sexy Red right now next. Not to bash her, not to make her feel anything. It's an example to young women. What we're talking about. They clearly use this lady in the industry to do all this stuff, and now they're talking about her. And I have to get this out of my system. I might do this live right after this because it's like I saw that coming. I saw that coming. This lady exploited herself to the 10th degree for a music record label, and now the industry want to talk about how many men you done gave STDs to, and they putting her business out there in the media, y'all. It's weird. I don't know what she's gonna do about it, but that's like leaking somebody's. Y'all do know medical history and information is private. It's a HIPAA violation to sit there and expose somebody. Now, if it happened to you, I feel like you should be able to talk about it your whole life. I don't care. Anytime you want to. If you ever called an STD, you can talk about what you went through with it. But most people don't personally know Sexy Red. So why they just on the internet talking about it? I'm not just going to be talking about her diseases or her alleged diseases. I'm going to talk about how the timing. Look how they do black women. Right when she gets successful with it, all these suddenly three men want to come out and I don't understand this. They want to come out and say, "Yeah, Sexy Red gave me an STD." Like, bro, wasn't nobody saying this when her first song came out? Y'all see what I'm talking about? And what I already be expecting. That's another reason I like my singleness. Because Sexy Red, how can you even be accused of this if you don't mess with these guys at all? But see, if we're teaching our young lady, yeah, it's cool to have 20 guys. Well, see, y'all better look at Sexy Red as an example. Is it cool to catch what she catch? Most Sexy Red fans know she does. She openly, I looked at it negative at first. I'm gonna rethink this thing because really what she does, she openly talks about STDs. Not too many of y'all can say y'all are even educating the young people or anybody around you about. Y'all might not know. You might have a neighbor right now don't know the least bit about AIDS as we speak. They don't know HIV is still going around. They don't know syphilis and what else they got herpes. They don't know all this stuff is going around in here. See, the rappers, they rap about their stuff and then they go home and be clean, but they're putting lyrics out there for you to do what the lyrics say. And fuck up your own life. They're already rich. Ain't no way I was gonna just be doing what Sexy Red do that she did. And see, what I'm saying, y'all, a year later, 2024 is finna now y'all want to say Sexy Red then gave all these. The reason it's a trending topic, guys, because yeah, people one guy already talking about sooner. So, but yeah, you can actually find yourself with legal penalties for giving somebody something and you know you had it. So if we're not talking about this when we talk dating topics, it needs to be talked about more. Anyways, if you're looking for real content where it will be filtered for the most part, but mostly I'm an unfiltered truth speaker when it comes to my opinions about stuff. This is the channel for you then. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, I just think we live in a dangerous time when people can't accept rejection no more. And it's like I feel like I'm a frontliner. Me of all people, I can talk about rejection. At one point, I was writing a book called The Royalty of Rejection. It was supposed to be a poetry anthology. I might get back to that soon because I do see the royalty in rejection. And to me, yes, there's no in between. It's either you can accept rejection or you can't. But if you're a master at accepting rejection, then yes, I've moved up to royal status. Like, yeah, royalty of rejection. There's no tears no more. There's no what it is understanding. If you say no, I don't want you sitting with us. We're drinking our Pepsis over here, and see, you need to go sit somewhere else. I'm not the type. Let me tell you, I might as well be honest. I'm the type. I might say a little something under my breath as I walk away, and I might talk about it later. But other than that, it truly doesn't bother me for a person to say no. We don't want you to dine with us. We don't want you invited to this party. We don't want you living over here in these apartments. That's not. That doesn't make me feel. I understand rejection when I'm going through it, but it would never take away from my self worth or value. Y'all do know that everything in the world is not for you, right? Like seriously, no one person in the world can experience the whole world in one day or in one whole lifetime. That's probably why God allows us to come back through reincarnation or whatever. Um, Pretty much what I'm saying though, for real. Like it's too many men for all the men to have 100 wives. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It really doesn't. Think about what we're turning the world into, guys, and what the future might look like for our young people if we don't make a change quick. Young ladies are already being abused, shot, or worse, just for not giving their phone numbers. Please feel free to do your research, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening in some of the high schools. Not just, and young ladies are doing their part. Some of these young ladies are taught at home. Shout out to you parents who are raising young ladies to stay focused on their education and not dating in their teen years. I also had parents in that way. Y'all know some of us girls can be rebellious. We're still into boys. We can't help it. It's in our hormones and everything at that age. But there are a lot of young ladies that come to school and completely, those are the ones I'm praying for late at night too. They actually are coming to school to focus, to get an education. They got to be distracted constantly by the bad kids who want to make comments and laugh during class. You know, they might even offend a football player or two who says, "No, I don't want your number. You can't have my number. I'm here to focus on my schoolwork." Do we still have young ladies out there? I'm asking a rhetorical question because I know we do. But all I can do is give a shout out to you parents that's doing it, really, really hammering down. We have daughters because I'm a girl mom, you know. Because a lot of people try to say, well, it's the women and it's what you wear. This is why you get sexually assaulted. It's how you dress. It's like, at the end of the day, society has continued to try to create reasons, examples, excuses of why they sexually assault, why they as a women. It's weird. It was either something she wore, some her parents did, somebody wouldn't watch her, some. There's no excuse. That's what Octative Sugar says about it. I don't care what the excuse is. Um, nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves RAP grape. They don't deserve that. Anything like we talked about on the segment earlier that is forced onto you, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to reassess it. Reassess why it's being forced. Because anything you don't just accept, there's no other way to give it to you than to force you to take it, right? A lady that tells you, no, I don't want to have your baby today. If the man still forces himself on you and you get pregnant, that's and for anybody that needs to be reminded. Any type of force is abuse. If it's forcing a person to do something they don't want to, it is. Like, no, I want you to stand here and feel intimidated for the rest of the year. Y'all know some really abusive people out there. Really. Not just physical abuse, or like they did me. It's like, okay, well, if you want to speak up, now you on the level where you speaking up when people do something to you, what they tried to do. It's get me to do something to somebody so that my story of what happened to me will no longer be valid. And that's not how life works. We all have a past, and ain't nobody that come visit my segments forgot their past. They might not remember everything, but when it comes to abuse, not too many forget that. So it's crazy to just see people try to create creative schemes to get you to stop talking about something. You don't want nobody to keep talking about something you did to them. How about you get far? Number one, get far away from them, whether it's a breakup or a restraining order or whatever y'all got to do. Because now that person can't say you did nothing to him. You ain't even been around. Anyways, when I'm single, I think about these things. Am I as healthy as I can be? Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. A lot of relationships, people gonna tell y'all their husband wasn't perfect, their wife wasn't perfect when they married him. They grew together. I still believe in that, but I still choose to enjoy my singlehood right now. Y'all be surprised too how many people be jealous of it, like that you're single. I'm telling y'all, it's security to have you jealous of people for things that don't even make sense. You're jealous when they have a man or a woman. You're jealous when they single, because single means really they don't have to answer to nobody. They don't owe nobody any answers about who they just text, where they just went, why they just bought a new phone, why they had to move, who they had to tell them. That's why I say at some points in my life, being single actually, though it's hard sometimes as a single mom, it's actually a lot less stressful than, depending on the type of relationship you're in. I'm just at a phase in my life where I'm like, you know what? I just wanted to try something, with my own family. Like, I just wanted to be me and my kids for a while. I ain't gonna lie, even they hate it sometimes. Like, why is it just us? Why can't we bring people back into our life and our world? It's not that we can't. We're just, I am. And I, as the leader, have been showing so many people this shit. I'm very selective about who I tell my business to. All they can do from there is try to dig for it. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, no, there was no rights, no law that saying, yeah, you got to go around and tell your business to people every day because they think you're suspect because you stay quiet and you move away without saying things to people and you you just too silent for people. So what kind of did they somebody tell me that? That's why they ain't never told me that. They just do it. You can get sued for telling somebody that you feel like they're too silent when it comes to their business. There's nothing that exposes you more that you want their business. It's just kind of idiocracy. It's insane. Um, I know celebrities probably go through this every day. People stay digging for their business. Till I'm a celebrity, I'm always find it very weird. Because what is so intriguing about a young lady who was already being attacked, you coming around to watch it? Like, what do you get out of it? You coming around to ask them questions. If you ain't said no help to stop what's happening to them, what I think about my life, ladies, a lot of the help I had to go find on my own. Don't let nobody tell y'all anything about entrepreneurship. Not always because I'm mad at somebody either. I'm the type of person if I don't have the answer, I'm gonna go Google the solution. Google don't tell you everything, but it might get you close to where you need to be. Hit that like button if you agree. Google also don't have information. Let me say this for the record. If any lady or man is in a you're feeling forced to stay with somebody right now, there are ways you can escape. Y'all be telling people, look at the number, you can get away if you want to. Call the DV hotline and all that. Y'all do know that some of these abusers be checking their woman phone. Even if she don't know he doing it, he doing it. We're talking about the new era. We're talking about the new age. We're talking about the new dating culture. People will wait till you go to sleep and unlock their phone just to see what you got going on in your life. I don't know what they get out of it. got to start drama in y'all households. Just speaking the truth. Like, let Teddy Sherry try to help. When I to inspire y'all with this, I don't think that you should have to show your phone to prove your loyalty to your man or woman. If anybody doing you like that today, it's up to you if you put up with it, but it is a huge red flag of trust issues. A person that has to constantly look to your phone to feel like you only want them is not 100% secure in themselves. And you might think you will have other women in your phone. I'm the type of woman, you know what? I'm gonna just pretend I don't know about it. Cause see, a lot of y'all go find this stuff in y'all man and woman phone just to stay with them. Guess what? Y'all gonna argue. She probably even gonna go and make sure she called a girl and cuss her out and make sure she stay away from her man. Cause I don't understand ladies that do that. Y'all be so mad and so hurt when you find another girl number or find whatever in his car that gives you a sign that your man does not just want you. How is that another woman's problem? See, a lot of us are more and more of us are finding peace in solitude, and the devil is angry about it. He wants us to feel lonely and scared and haunted. I'm a prime witness. He wants you to feel that way. Never in mankind history has it been known that people are actually. That's how I know today than God was. People actually are happy, more alone in solitude. They might be getting spotted on. People still watching. People still talking about them. Who cares? What did they choose for themselves though? Y'all know what choose means? That's what you preferred. Did you prefer to be around people? Or did you choose to be single? Did you choose solitude? Or did you choose to be in a group? I told y'all in one of the last segments about what I learned about being a part of teams in my past. First, you're just a shy kid, so you're shy. You don't want to understand a team, TEAM. Or sometimes if you're not in sports, the teacher might say, y'all get together. I pick groups, and everything is due by Friday. It's called a group project, maybe for science or history or something. That's the kind of teamship I would. In other instances, of course. But yeah, and because when you're in a relationship, y'all hit that like button if you agree. You're definitely in a team. But if it's not like that, that's what tells you that, baby, y'all, why are they insecure? If you're not for each other, just break up. I'll help y'all. What somebody out here might need to hear it. Like, just break up. Why do y'all feel that? You're scared he's gonna go find better than you? Or Miss Lady, are you scared he's gonna go find better than you? You scared he's gonna find a woman that was more beautiful, that cooks better eggs, and let me stop. And that's what y'all be insecure about. And y'all want Taylor Sherry to think things are personal. This has nothing to do. I might be the woman that be in the middle of it sometimes, but I know it's really people's insecurities at the end of the day. It's their own personal insecurities. Me, if I break up with a person, there's no way I have time to be worried about. I mean, it might be intriguing to hear from time to time if I come across that type of information. Like, wow, this person moved on because the person you truly wish the best for, you would still want them to have a good life. Y'all just didn't work out. Whatever you and that person and your family didn't work out, and they family, they kids. That don't mean that same thing could happen in your next relationship. We all should know this. This is why people break up. How many of y'all being out there that have to tell a woman, I'm not them other jokers? And how many women have y'all have to tell you guys you're talking to, hey, I'm not a hoe. I'm not like the other women. I'm not a gold digger. You had to almost explain it. Cause see, I'm not saying everybody insecure, but we do got more people like that. When people first get to know each other these days, they be trying to immediately prove to you that they are not, which ain't nothing wrong with. Some people you got to, because all they dealt with is a certain particular type of people. Where is Arthur Tedashiri coming from tonight with this topic? Encourage us and us all. I wouldn't tell nobody to do nothing. I ain't tried. unless there's just no way I can try it, so I still want somebody else to have it. I don't know how to put it, but when y'all are single, you don't have time to be worried about who with who next, who was with who before, who had. You don't have time for that. You're single, baby. You, do you know what that means? God actually adores singlehood too. The more that I learn about it, it's crazy. You can fall so in love with God by the time you're with your husband, he might get a little jealous of God. You have to remind your husband sometimes, like, I was a woman ago before I met you, man. I might have to go off alone in the bathroom sometimes. I might take a little longer in the shower. I might have to go out and sit in my car. You know what I mean? I might have to take my kids to the park where it's just me in the car alone, looking at the trees and the river and talk to God. And your husband trying to talk to you, and you like, you know, you would desire somebody that will understand it. Because I'm serious, y'all. I'm starting to think some of these men get jealous at that. Like maybe I ain't just gonna say your relationship with God, whatever your belief might be. That person wants that much control in your life. Now, tough love is real, ladies and gentlemen, but tough love is trying to push a message or an emotion through to somebody in a different way. Because if you don't put love at the end of tough, then love better be there. I already know this video gonna touch somebody, but whoever it's for, it's crazy to say, well, this is tough love. Or somebody leaving in the comments, what's the difference between tough love and abuse? Leave it for Arthur to the shit. Y'all like that? What if some people need to hear that? Y'all be saying we need to speak up and ask for help and put people in our business. But when we actually ask on this live like I just did tonight, what y'all tell me? I'm asking them. What's the difference between abuse and tough love? Because maybe there is tough love. People say, oh, I got on it. What is y'all point of beating people up when y'all do it? You say, I'm going to go beat up this girl. Cardi B can comment if she wants to. She's just one to know and have a history of fighting. Like women like her. Krishan Rock, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like I say it's something wrong with it. Like violence, yeah, try to alleviate that as much as possible without understanding having to fight sometimes. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, what do you get out of now that ain't okay, you like I'm gonna go teach this person a lesson. Is that love? What's the lesson? Stay away from your man. What is it? To not steal from you no more. Most people fight because they got offended somewhere. That's how a fight starts to remind them. Is this me proving my point? People cannot handle rejection. Discussion, digestive topics with Architect Sherry, dialogue, commentary. Y'all can get the channel by hitting that subscribe button, like or share. The more I'm gonna bring more inspirational content. Thank you guys for your support. With a short, uh, we I am. I didn't want to say that I'm transitioning into film school here soon. I didn't say what y'all think film school is just about learning movies or something like. No, there's different levels of media communications that you can study, art, video design, and stuff like that. I just feel like what's it like a magnet, like pull to these are just bigger media, and we love you too. But like even if I had a million subscribers tonight, I would still want to do what I do. I think that's why you guys love me. I'm very honest. I would, and I think from what people have seen from my life, even in the past 6 months, I would. If I had a million subscribers, I was still gonna feel. Some people, y'all, that's y'all success. Well, I made it in life. I'm a big YouTuber. You know what I mean? I might want to still push it, whatever my goals is. But we appreciate the support. We definitely are targeting those who actually seek inspiration. I would always encourage somebody, don't come to me first anyway. I might not always get it right every day. But when it comes to inspiration, like making people believe in themselves again, it does seem like something I have the gift to do if somebody is ready to do that. And it's the thing. They say you can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. I was that horse once upon a time. Y'all don't have to feel ashamed. People took me to the river and I just wouldn't drink it. Like, what's wrong with this horse? Because if that horse is not thirsty, if that horse is not hungry, how you know? I'm just saying that's quite a battle to get a horse. Horse got a lot of horsepower. They don't say that for no reason. They say like a Ford truck or certain trucks got horsepower. It's because real horses have power. They're gonna run you over trying to force them to eat or drink. So that's why that parable came from. You can take a horse to the water, I was that horse before. You can't force him to drink. Now I'm trying to soak up as much knowledge. Young people, that's what we should focus on. It sounds boring. You can still have a life. You can still, but they telling all us young people, watch your friends, watch your family. Some they telling us watch your family. They saying everything. They saying what? Some having to watch the teachers. I mean, all kind of stuff on the news. So young people, there's never nothing wrong with being inspired to have a dream, to have a passion. There's 12-year-olds right now graduating college, uh, or getting accepted into programs. I once was honored to meet, just find out that there are parents that pay for things like they got pilot camps for babies as young as 9. It might be in the summertime, but all summer, as a kid, they're preparing to learn to fly planes. So, stay inspired. Inspiration is absolutely free. As most charitable causes or inspirational causes are, you are gifted along the way if that's what somebody wants to do. I've been seeing a new culture ever since Cash App, PayPal. I'll probably do a separate segment on it another night. I do feel like mobile banking apps. I know a lot of us talk about the changes social media made in society, but it's so deep. That's why I don't speak on everything I see yet. Though people say they are so ready to hear it, oftentimes it get dismissed. It's so powerful sometimes because I also believe mobile banking affected society. People being able to just ask you for $5 at the snap of a finger. You couldn't do that 20 years ago. If that person didn't actually bring you $20 or wire you $20, you didn't have $20. Or if you didn't get it from a paycheck, y'all know what I mean. You didn't just, man, tell me that didn't cause problems in society. And rest in peace, sir, whatever his name was. But even the founder lost his life recently. So I just feel like I have a right to feel how I feel about it. Mobile banking apps is another form of social media, if you will, because you can just type in a person's phone number and boom, if they have a charm, if they have a cash app, if they have a PayPal, they pop up. And boom, you can send or receive money. You can also pay bills. I mean, it's a lot of things I've seen how it helps society, maybe when it comes to convenience. Now, y'all know convenience is not always, they're going to tell you that anything you can get too convenient when it comes to women is probably uh not, you probably shouldn't sleep with her if you got it too easy. Y'all know? The same thing go with men. To some, the same thing. They say if it was too easy, it's probably something wrong with it. If you've ever heard that quote in life, it's an old quote. Hit the like button. They say if it come easy, here's another quote. They say if it come easy, it ain't worth having. If it ain't worth having, it won't come easy. It's something like that they say. Or y'all correct me in the comments. Anything worth having, that's what they say. Anything worth having don't come easy. So what that quote means is if it comes easy, it made me think about stuff too. There's been a whole, if not a 360 in my life, 360 is a complete turn. There's definitely been at least 300. They won't even give me that though, y'all. God is able. I pray for him to do that. Open people's eyes about me, God, not just about the negative or dark places of my life. That's crazy. That's not even logically understandable to people. You know what I mean? Like show people that. Uh, what if we can get a 300? Some might agree, God, it has to be 100%. You can't have stuff with God. But that same God would help you through those steps. He wouldn't just say, "Don't have step with me," unless he know you know better by that point. Like, hey, that's like talking to an older teenager. Like, I'm not playing. Make sure you clean that room. Don't have step. But he's the type of parent like, I'm gonna help you clean. It ain't just clean. You know what I mean? That's how God is. Like the devil is more the person who gives you orders and he just want it done. And if you don't, there's penalties. God give an order and it's like, let me help you through that order. I need you to run 4 laps today because you're training for boxing, but I'm gonna run 2 of them with you. I'm gonna have a timer. Of course, that's gonna inspire a person. People know this. Influence inspires people. And that's like a natural gift, guys. That's not something you can go buy. I guess y'all people out there doing. You can buy influence today. Even if somebody told me that, I wouldn't want to buy it. Like that's not real. I gotta buy people liking me, believing me, following me, loving me. That's what social media is teaching people. You gotta literally be a certain way to get somebody to hit the like button. You gotta literally like that's crazy to me. Social media has totally affected the dating culture, and so has mobile banking apps. But maybe that's another day for another topic for another day. Because if they didn't exist at all today, y'all, period, PayPal, Cash App, all that, if it didn't exist, there would have been a lot less crimes too. But since the existence of money, there's been crimes. Like I said, since the existence of money, there's always been crimes. But I feel like with mobile banking, now people can hack your account, now they can steal your card, it's still a crime. You got people that share debates. I think it's healthy. I give y'all kudos for that. They share debates on whether they should pay for the woman's food or not on the first date. What's y'all opinions? Leave it in the comment section. A lot of more men have been stepping up saying that they don't want to. They're not responsible for that. I used to get so deep into those. Do y'all know who y'all talking to? When I was first on social media, when I was a little younger in my early 20s, you couldn't beat me running to the comment section. Some people are still like that. Like I just so how do y'all think I'm different? It's just that I don't choose to do that about everything. I used to take certain memes totally personal. Like it was just crazy. Not in a way of beef, but like I said, comment. You know what I mean? Like comment, 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 comment. You know, that's what I believe. I kind of miss that era. I think people still do that. Go 26, 30, 40 comments, going back and forth with a person you don't know. I kind of miss it. But it's not my cup of tea anymore. It hasn't been my cup of tea at least the past, probably since I became a mother, and it makes sense. I'm not gonna go back and forth. Now I'm still the type to interact like with social media, but it's like you gotta be so careful too, because like have a lot of y'all meet y'all spouses, boyfriends, exes on social media. Let's be honest, a lot of y'all did. You didn't know that person till y'all became friends and was looking at each other photos and videos every day. And then, you decided you like that person. But let me remind society of something. How do you know a person through a camera? God told me to ask y'all that. I'm also gonna probably make her ask that question. Because really, the days we live in today, everybody think they know somebody through a camera, through a computer screen. To me, the facts are still the facts, unless you're the feds or some military. You don't know nobody through a camera. You can try to put your own pieces together all you want to. Unless you had that camera on some weird stuff, like you had it on them their whole life, I can understand it. And even that's crazy because people go places. I was definitely more of a traveling person, younger, so it's like, damn, were you following them everywhere? How do you know them off a camera? We ain't talking about the word of mouth, man. That's still just somebody's words. You still don't know that person. Where Somebody words could tell you more about a person. I say your reaction after you find out something about somebody says a lot too. People watching with me, they want to know, like, I don't think she know this or that. I ain't no way she know this or that. And she just like this. You can be like that. Or sometimes you don't know things. You know what I mean? I think they always say two heads are better than one. That's the thing about relationship. You know, you got a second person around all the time to help you maybe headstrong navigate some issues in life. You know what I mean? Because they are going to come about. I don't care how perfect you try to be. Even Billie Eilish, I know she got an issue or two, and her whole income has changed greatly. You're still going to have issues. We have issues we don't ask for. I think if I speak on that more, I'm just one person. There's plenty of preachers, probably speakers already talk about it. But the more you just go ahead and expect it, that to me, that's not an intention of I expect despair. I expect broken relationships. Like if you go ahead and expect it, how can you be disappointed? God know I was scared of that too, if y'all want to know. I was scared of waking up every day and expecting bad things because I didn't understand it at first. I'm like, why would I expect something I don't want, God? But you know, it's a maturity thing, it's a wisdom thing too. And at least have a little space to emotionally prepare yourself if you already tell yourself that nothing is impossible. This is part one. I'm single now. One independence, self reflection is stigmas. I'm getting off the tongue tied tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is part two, like I said, because I feel like more people should be doing more healing during single periods, and I say this through experience. I can't wait to talk about the beauty, and it's like that's what a lot of them fear too. Kind of think about it, like, oh my God, they fear the day I just talk about not just the darker sides, but the brighter side. Independence, self growth. When I just talk about the beauty, I saw it. Have they let me finish? Have they let me speak? No, they don't want you to throwing flowers on people like the flower girl speaking about inspiration and things that need to change in the world. They don't want you doing it. So once again, you grew in that area of your life where you're like, okay, I can go ahead and expect activity. That don't mean that that's what you choose or that's what you want. You just expect it. Maybe more people could do that in their relationships too. That's why a lot of people are breaking up too. Like you literally expect that's not even realistic. Anybody walking around here expecting somebody to be perfect, you're living a very that's a fairy tale. They say some of us are living a fairy tale life. That's fairy tale. To walk around and expect your partner, your spouse, your whatever relationship it is to be perfect. But if you already expected a mistake or two, you expected that because that person is human and they have their own self growth and maturity to go through, then you're really not tripping the way that people expected you to trip. That's why I know they talk about makeup to breakup. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people really being open to mistakes. We clearly know the difference between a mistake and something that's staged. It's not a mistake if you know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. And that's how I believe God deals with his children too. Eh, You know, he'll get to the point of commanding you to do something, and like you better do it because you know that you know you're at a higher level. Anyways, do y'all think that I ain't gonna ask the question because I'm religion had absolutely nothing to do with this topic, but that's unfortunately a lot of times reasons people break up too is just simply differences, not just relationships as in boyfriend and girlfriend.